What's up, y'all? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Xtreme Gainz family? I'm Chuck, and this is Xtreme Gainz. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say is or ever will be financial advice. Please do not take it as such. Today is Tuesday, October 25th, 2022, and this is my AMC, GME, and SPY Algo exposed daily update and preparation video for tomorrow and beyond. As always, I hope you all had a great day in the market both yesterday and today, and I hope more importantly you made some extreme gains for yourselves. I'm going to go over all my regulars, my snake Algo method for all three tickers, some macro comparatives, and some side-by-side projections from Sunday's weekly update and prep video. That's the last one that I put out, and the fulfillment of those projections with yesterday and today's price action. So with all of that said, let's dig in. Real quick reminder before I dive into everything, I will be live here on the YouTube channel and on the Twitch channel tomorrow all day long starting at 9 a.m. until market close. Don't forget about it. Set a reminder. Come by, hang out with us, bullshit with us, trade with us, all that good stuff. I hope to see you all then. Moving on to today, another continuation to upside as projected across the board, which you're about to see. All of the projections are still intact, looking stupid good right now. Obviously, that is a conducive atmosphere for extreme gains across the board, and that is what has happened. I know myself kicking ass with my scalp setups today on the 7 tickers that I set up every single day. They provided 7 entries from trigger, the highest ROI being 160%, the next one down 125%, the next one down 100%, then the last 3 70%, 20%, and 40% respectively. Super happy and grateful for those as always. The Xtreme Gainz Discord family has been absolutely killing the market, literally handing the market its own ass day in and day out. Congratulations to all of you. It is well deserved. To all of you out here in YouTube land, in our extended family, I hope y'all were able to do something similar and make some extreme gains for yourselves. Moving on to the charts. Currently on your screen, AMC 5-minute on your left, SPY 5-minute on your right, with my micro intraday snake from my snake Algo method on both of them in blue, the projected price action for today, and the subsequent fulfillment of both of them as you see it. Absolutely dead on. Another stupid kick-ass accurate day from the micro intraday snake portion of my snake Algo method. Moving on to the intra-week snakes, macro comparatives, and side-by-side projections and fulfillments. Currently on your screen, AMC and my current intra-week snake. AMC finished the day today as projected, up 6.13% in regular trading hours, currently down 1.33% in after hours trading at 666. The current intra-week snake, as you see it on your screen in red the day prior to the previous divergence and fulfillment of the previous intra-week snake. As I explained, you can see once again it continued to fulfill itself dead on candle for candle with both yesterday and today's price action. Here's the side-by-side from Sunday's weekly update and prep video, the location of price action within it, projection from it, and dead on 100% candle for candle fulfillment of it. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. 2 things I want to point out. Number 1 is, well, actually 3. Number 1 is this snake has been fulfilling for 2 whole weeks and 1 day as of today. So this thing could easily divert from this, therefore requiring a new set of intra-week snake clips moving forward from this with a failed continued fulfillment of it as you see it there. That's number 1. Number 2, this is a pivot point. So if this snake were to pivot and price action were to pivot to the upside and fulfill this in a mirrored manner, and with this in the mirrored position, this leg down would become a leg up. So that is a characteristic of movement that I will be looking for, because that is a top pivot point. And what I will be using to identify that characteristic of movement will be the framework that you see here that I've went over repeatedly in the update and prep videos. The framework for this bottom formation that we're in includes this upper macro neckline at $6.81 for the continued upside fulfillment. Ooh, Eric just shot some volume back into it. And obviously the critical level of support to downside at 563. However, to the downside prior to the 563 will be this internal ascending level of support, and I will be watching the $6.30 level for a breach of that for indication of downside fulfillment to that critical level of support, and then the breach of the critical level of support would be confirmation for continued macro downside after that. So that is everything that I am looking at with AMC from the technical and from the intra-week snake perspective, moving into specifically tomorrow and beyond. The macro comparatives for AMC. I had two alternates that I was looking at, red and blue, that I marked, pulled from right here, red and blue. Actually, blue belongs over here, from here over this double bottom. Red is this double bottom to the blue line. And blue is the only one still relevant. Red showed immediate downside, and it kicked that move up to the neckline, which I just showed you at that 680 level, where we're trying to make it back up to now, according to, well, it came back down here a little bit, according to what I just saw here with price action. However, blue is still intact. Now, yes, this has overshot this to the upside a little bit. However, I do think it's still in range for continued fulfillment. So it's very, 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 very obvious what the projection would have to be for this to continue to fulfill in this straight up position. If price action were to breach that neckline to the upside, I would be looking at both of these in their mirrored position for a potential insight to that upside fulfillment. Now, the macro double-double that I have been tracking from long ago, long time ago, way back when I first started channel, actually even before I started channel. This is the macro double bottom prior to the January 2021 run-up. And this has been fulfilling this macro projected suggested path in its entirety for over a year now. In the position that I looked at it in were two separate ones. One assuming bottom in, two bottom not in, lower bottom still to come. Number one, bottom in, assuming bottom is in. Right here is what it looks like. There's the continued fulfillment of it to the upside. Obviously, it's still showing continuation to upside, so that would require that breach of that neckline to the upside for continued fulfillment, and obviously, if not, then it's definitely not that. Then the second position, bottom not in. Check up location with a lower bottom still to come. Would require the exact same thing that the intra-week snake and the alternate macro comparative that I am tracking and looking at would require as well. A rejection off of that neckline and a continuation to downside with this macro downtrend that we have been in. So there are the positions of them and what I will be looking at for characteristics of movements. I will still be using the same levels on AMC that I had already talked about with the intra-week snake regarding the macro comparative as well. Up next is GME. GME finished the day today as projected. Imagine that. Up 8.74% in regular trading hours. Currently down 1.56% in after hours, trading at 26.45. The current intra-week snakes are on your screen. Blue the day of divergence, red the day prior to. And once again, price action continued to fulfill the blue the day of as it projected with that upside fulfillment. Here is the side-by-side from Sunday's weekly update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the projection from it, and the dead-on fulfillment of it here with yesterday and today's price action. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it. Now, with GME, I talked about the technical levels that I was looking at going into this week, starting with Monday. Obviously, we talked about this in the Sunday weekly update and prep. I talked about the macro ascending level of support and price action retaking that level, then potentially breaching the 25.25. And if it did that, it opened up a move up to the 27.80 price level, and that is exactly what happened today. So what we are looking at here is the lower 25.25 was the smaller W formation neckline. The 27.80 is this consolidative W neckline. And then if price action were to breach that 27.80 to upside, then we're looking at the 29.80 macro double neckline for a continuation to upside and confirmation of continued macro fulfillment to the upside. And I have a potential macro lower third position sitting up here around the $35 area if and when price action were to breach that ultimate macro neckline above 29.80. So those are the levels to the upside that I'm looking at. Obviously in reverse, coming back downside, if price action continues to fulfill the rejection off of the 27.80 to downside, I'm looking for it to fill that void between there and the previous level of support and resistance at 25.25. And then ultimately that would be the indication of downside. If it were to breach there, the confirmation would come if and when the macro ascending level of support were to be breached to the downside for a continued fulfillment of the day prior to intra-week snake. And that is everything that I am looking at with GME moving into tomorrow and beyond. Last but not least is SPY. SPY finished the day today as projected, up 1.6% in regular trading hours, currently down 0.75% in after hours, trading at 382.03. The current intra-week snakes are on your screen. Red the day of divergence, blue the day prior to. Red the day of started in its straight up position originally, projecting and fulfilling everything candle for candle until price action diverted to the upside away from that downside continuation of fulfillment. So at that moment, it was moved into its mirrored position like so. And ever since I put it in there because it was required, we got continued candle for candle fulfillment of it throughout. And you can see where we are at within that and what that projection would look like moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill the day of divergence. The day prior to started out in its straight up position, candle for candle fulfillment until price action breached it and diverted from it to the downside for this mirrored fulfillment of its upside projection. I talked about the day of fulfilling to the upside and a potential convergence back with it for continued upside fulfillment. We are officially converged back with the day prior to blue one intra-week snake as it stands today with that upside move today. Likewise, you can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it as well. Here is the side-by-side from, I'm going to go ahead and half screen that to pull up the side-by-side from Sunday's weekly update and prep video. That's GME, my bad, hang with me here. Spy snake, there it is. There is the location of price action within it, the projection from it for the convergence back with, and the continued fulfillment of the day of divergence as it was shown. And here is the dead on 100% candle for candle fulfillment of that with yesterday and today's price action. Like I said, there's the projection from them both moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill them. Then last but not least for SPY is the macro comparative from the 2008-2009 correction and crash. And in the most recent position that I have been tracking, and likewise to the AMC Macro comparative, I have been tracking this and talking about this macro comparative from prior to creating this channel as well, over a year ago now. In the most recent position of it is right here. And you can see the continued fulfillment of it as it was projecting damn near candle for candle, and the location within it today with that continued fulfillment. Here is the side-by-side from Sunday's update and prep video. The location of price action within it, the upside projection from it, and the dead on 100% fulfillment of it as I just showed you. You can see what the projection is from it moving forward into tomorrow and beyond if price action were to continue to fulfill it in this position. My friends, my family, that is everything right now that I am looking at personally with AMC, GME, and SPY moving into specifically tomorrow and beyond. If you made it to the end of the video, thank you all very much. Do me a favor, do not forget to smash the like button on your way out. Leave me a comment, let me know how y'all did the last 2 days in the market. Again, a reminder, I will be live streaming the market all day tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. until market close. Make sure you mark it down and come by tomorrow. I hope to see you all then. If I don't see you, good luck in the market tomorrow. Make some extreme gains for yourselves. I'll have an update and prep video out again on Thursday after market close. So good luck between now and then if I don't speak to you. The rest of y'all, I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your night. Later.